Sanmanan. As I always get accused, Guti, I'm anti-woman, etc., red pill, blah blah blah. And to be fully honest, I'm not. My channel is not about bashing our sisters. My channel is more about teen as a society, men and women alike. Guti, what can we do? Because we understand, Guti, society is really not in a good state. It's constantly the one gender blaming the other gender. So just to try and balance the equation, I think this video is going to be more me calling our brothers out. Yabona, this one is for lack of a better term, abafuna ukuthi it's going to be male bashing. Okay, whatever, guys. But it's me calling Amajita out because Amajita can do better, and a lot of us are struggling to do better. This comes from the back of the video that I did about having friends of the opposite sex, where I was saying men shouldn't have female friends and females should have male friends. And a lot of it is actually based off teen as a machita, guys, asibeneqiniso man. Yabona machita isikhathi esiningi anamanga machita, guys. Sisters, you guys know this, but you guys constantly find yourselves in those spaces. Ukuthi amajita anamanga. Yet yini ke ligijimayo kwethu omanga business. So as amajita, guys, we need to acknowledge ukuthi isikhathi esiningi ithina as amajita sinamanga. And also, you guys also need to take accountability for putting yourselves in spaces with hyenas. Men are jackals. Men are wolves. They're waiting for that opportunity, And as a result, we have this problem in society where cash is king. And let me try and unpack my thinking. So it's a crazy society where, as men, we're constantly competing to find the best female available to us, or to procreate, or to have as much sex, or to, increase all the cows in your stable, so to say. And the problem with the current competitive structure is that back in the day, at least when I was growing up, when we'd compete, you'd only compete with the machita surrounding, You only compete with the machita surrounding, whatever the case may be. And the competition there was fairly limited. Now we're in a space where you're competing internationally. You're competing with social media, So our sisters are starting to find, or to see rather, what other girls are getting in different spaces. So back in the day in your hood, if you just went to Steers and got her an ice cream, that might have been a win, just to get her attention, to start a conversation. But now all of a sudden, she's looking on social media. She's seeing the Acer space. She's seeing the 100 roses with the 200 rands in it. She's seeing the trips. She's seeing this and that. And that's now the expectation, where Tina as guys, us as guys, we've created a whole generation of ladies who are so entitled. Tina as guys, we created these ladies that are entitled. We create these ladies that say, I don't go to McDonald's on the first day. We created this society where if he doesn't have a car, we create this. We are the ones that are accepting it, and we are the ones that are pushing for it. It's us guys that are going to clubs and buying these random girls' verbs and buying these girls' ace of spades. We are the guys who are Ubering these girls here and there. We are doing this. And as a result, it's become a norm in many spaces, to a point where, sis, if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? So again, these are random girls. These are girls that you are not in a relationship with you. These are not your families. This is not your really close relatives. This is just random girls. You get to a club, you start buying this and this. Then all of a sudden, Tina, we the guys are saying, oh, the bosses are so entitled. I can't believe she asked the bottle from Verve. But 10 other guys did that. 10 other guys Ubered her. 10 other guys paid for vacations. Lapa by Jolie. But guys are doing that. It was her birthday. Guys sent for roses. Oh, let me just send you some roses. Uber sent her roses via Uber. 800 rand. Guys are doing that and they're fucking up the game. Guys are doing this, they're fucking up society, because what's happening is that it's raising expectation levels. And it's not most guys who can afford to do this. It's certain guys. Guys, it's here in man who are messing it up for the next guys. And now all of a sudden we've produced these entitled women that, on top of that, as a result, on the other side, we buy them these things, we use and abuse them, we flip them. Every weekend it's a different check, every weekend it's a different check, every weekend it's a different check. What are we expecting from our sisters? What will happen from a psychological point, from an emotional point, if a 22-year-old girl is this weekend she's with a 34-year-old person. He Ubers her to that place, buys her bottle, that night, sends her back home. Next week, she's with a 35-year-old Sibonga Ronke, Ubers, bottles, there. That other week, it's with Umandla. That other week, Pendugani, K, free weekend, that what is happening to that lady emotionally? What is happening to her psychologically? What is happening to her physically? You know, if you look at a lot of sisters, and I've spoken to a lot of sisters, they start having these huge body counts between like the ages of like 22 and 27, that like, or maybe let's say 21 and 26. That's when they pile up their body count. That's where they pile up the triggers and the traumas and the this and the that in that 5-year gap. That's by guys my age or older, 40-year-old niggas. We busy doing all these things. We busy doing all these things to those girls. By the time the girls get to like Bomateti, hey machita. And mina, I talk to our sisters, you know, I talk to our sisters, and you see so many of them in their 30s. And sad to say, a lot of them are lost. Not lost in the sense of they don't have a career path, or not lost in the sense but lost in terms of relationship. A lot of them, when they walk around single, childless, or if they do have a child, the baby daddy's one side, she's just trying to, and you sit and you speak to them like on a one-on-one, like on a real type of, you know, and that jealousy is good. You know, I'd like a family. I'd like to settle down. I'd like to get married. You know, I'd like to have kids. You know, you know, she's been used by so many men. She's got a body count of 30. You know, this guy did this, everything for a bag, for a rose, for a this, for a trip, she doesn't know how to keep a man. She knows how to get a man. She doesn't know how to keep a man. Now she's 31 and she's got all that trauma, that pain, you know. Tina, as the older guys who've used and abused her. So now when she's 31 and she's trying to settle down with a 35-year-old with a pencil, I'll be like, no, you've been ran through by 30 guys. You've got trauma, you've got this, you've got that. You don't know how to treat a man. You don't know how to keep a man. So when she's trying to be in a relationship, she's going to also just try and do what she sees on TV. You know, that's the best she can try. You know, she'll come through and cook a stew or something, thinking, Guti, that's how you're going to keep a man. Like when she was 22, she was cooking for niggas for free. She was cooking for her male friends. She was cooking for these niggas that came through, busted, and left. Now I'm like, no. And you see that, and then you ask yourself, who's to blame? Yes, our sisters also need to take accountability, because at the end of the day, I'm not talking about sisters who are being forced into this. I'm talking about Osisi who are adults now, who also have a brain and who can also say no. So they need to take responsibility and accountability for their fuck-ups. But Tina, as a Makhotman, we need to do better. Because what's happening here is, Tina, as a Makhotman, we the ones that are busy folding all these girls. We the ones that are running through all these girls. And what's happening with the younger girls is that, one, they get entitled. I actually saw this tweet that said, the only thing a 24-year-old gent, a sister wrote it, the only thing a 24-year-old gent can do is turn 25. Meaning, 24 can't do anything meaningful. Therefore, if you are a girl in that bracket, rather date up or vibe up or whatever up. But here's the problem, is that 24-year-old lady, she's talking crap about her peers. Fast forward 10 years, that same 24-year-old lady, when she's 34, she's going to be going to her peers and saying things like, hey, stop playing with these young girls, stop, And those guys are going to get frustrated. The same way that my generation, I'm telling you right now, if you're sitting down having honest conversation with a lot of guys in my age bracket, in their mid-30s, and you're saying, why aren't you settling down with a lady in her mid-30s? Why? Yo, uzos. No, because 10 years ago, she was being flown here, being flown there. She was doing this, doing that. She was getting this, she was getting that. Now she wants to, this car that was used at driving school now wants me to do what? So a lot of guys have that thinking. Going back to my point, which it's up to us now as a Makhotman, because we have contributed to this problem, is to now try and tone it down. You know, I'm not saying we're perfect. Of course we're not. I'm not saying that I'm just saying, if you are busy with 10 girls a month, I'll at least in fact 5. You know, if you are busy paying for Osis about 5, we are Maria Stopes, I'll at least 1. If njalo every weekend osisi banika iphilisi lokuthi bathenge imali ye-morning after, akuwehlise ukuthi at least ke nje once a month ke nje. Yabona, let's just try and just do better. Because we are the ones that actually contribute to this. And what is happening is that for the youngins coming up, it's unfair because I, Penson, if I had to compete with a 22-year-old version of me, like, come on, come on. In what space? In what space? Obviously that guy was confident and he thought he knew and whatever, but he wouldn't be able to compete with a better version of him, better intellectually, better financially, better in terms of understanding how women move and what women need, better even in the bedroom. Like everything of mine has developed, and gotten better with age, So again, how can that guy compete? Okay, sharp. I go and I then go through his pool of females around his bracket, his age bracket. What am I hoping is going to happen? Do you not think he's going to get frustrated? He's going to feel the pain. He's going to get all these negative feelings. And then what's going to happen in 10 years' time? Is he not going to continue the cycle? He will. He will continue the cycle. Machita, we're messing up the game, guys. Yabona, asikwazi asebenzise umlomo or at least mhlawumbe ube ne-six pack nyana, but this thing of ukuthi now you in Joburg and you sending ingane eseThekwini like uyisendela 2000. What are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, come on. Akuyona intombi yakho, it's not, just leave her. Let the guys in that space figure it out. Especially because you're not trying to date. A lot of these guys, let's be honest, guys, we're not trying to date, just trying to smash and move. And in that process, by smashing and move, what are you leaving behind? What are you leaving behind? Because Usbongile has been with this guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. Her expectation and entitlement is only going up and up and up and up, with her age going up and up, her body count going up and up. By the time she realizes, yes, men are actual dogs, she's 32. She's lonely, she's a senior at work, she's making good money, but she's 32. She goes back home to an empty home. And then she has to comfort herself by saying, when the time's right, the time's right. Just because I'm single doesn't mean I'm lonely. All those lines that our sisters say to try and make them feel better. At the end of the day, when you looking around and you seeing your friends getting married and their kids, hey, where you going? Oh no, my kid's got a little choir, what? Where you going? Oh, my kid's got a play date. I've got 3 kids, and I look at my boys. I look at them being naughty, jumping on the trampoline. I watch them and I say, yes, I wish this for my peers. Because it's beautiful, guys. We're not getting any younger. So we need to make sure we focus on what we focus on, and make sure the intwana that are coming up, intwana this is no 21, 22, they do better than what we did, because tina sa mosha, guys. And it's a continue mosh. Asehliseke manje. Asehliseni. Angisho ukuthi asebeni perfect ngoba ngeke sibe perfect. A lion is a fucking lion. But awehliseke now. Ungabu score. Awubo Mufasa. Uska wamosha and killed all the antelopes. Don't do that. Idla ushiyela abanye. That's all I'm asking for, gents. We are the ones that are contributing. We are the ones that are giving the females free meals. We are the ones that are giving these females free drinks. We are the ones buying these girls bags, buying these girls cell phones. We are the problem. Let them fend for themselves. Unless it's a lady who's in your stable, your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your female cousin, whatever. Unless it's a lady who's in your stable, then you can look after her. Perfect. No qualms. But laba, awubayeki. Awumiyeke nje loyo. Akathola indoda yakhe naye, and indoda yakhe will then facilitate those things. Akathola umuntu ozomhlekisa to facilitate those things. And don't just be buying bottles to, let's not do that, guys. But anyway, guys, let's try and see if we can work together to try and fix society. This was just a rant, just a little bit of a shot against the Machita. Again, I'm not trying to take away accountability from our sisters. We know that a lot of our sisters struggle with being accountable fairly. So they might use this video to, Vel, it's not me the problem, it's men the problem. No. Now we're inkinga now. But anyway, guys, please share this video if you thought it was helpful. Comment down below what your thoughts are and how we can come together and actually just fix the rubbish society that we're in. Like, subscribe, comment, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Sharp.